What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today's video is a super exciting one. I'm finally moving into the shop space, the new shop space. And the guys finally got it done. They were refurbing the whole place. A friend of mine, who's actually just a few doors down now, was in this unit for about 3 years. But it was in a state of disrepair when he moved into it back then. And the new landlord is the same guy that owned the previous shop space that Corey and I both went in on that we ultimately didn't do anything in. We just stored a couple cars in there, and then plans changed in both of our lives, and we just ended up not really doing anything with the unit. So now that I know that I'm here in New Hampshire for at least another year, I decided I had to get moving on a shop space. I'm super grateful to have been able to work out of my dad's shop all of these years, but it's his shop. So when he's got projects ongoing in his shop, I can't get any of my stuff in there. So every winter I seem to go stir crazy because all my stuff just sits and in carports in my enclosed car trailer, which I bought specifically for car storage, basically. Yeah, I go stir crazy. It's 6 months worth of car storage here in the winters in New Hampshire because of the salt they put on the roads and snowfall and bad weather and all that. So I called the landlord from the old unit out of the blue because there's a lack of commercial or industrial property available in this area of New Hampshire, just to see if he had something available. And sure enough, my friend Jeff, who was in this unit, had just moved 2 units down into a little bit larger of a unit that they had just refurbished, and he offered me this one. But the unit, as I mentioned, was in a state of disrepair. The guys that were in there before Jeff had done a lot of work on equipment and trucks that were in salt distribution. So the floor was really, really in bad shape. There was a lot of calcium and salt that had eaten away at the concrete. There were holes in the wall. The lighting was insufficient. There was an overhead door in the back that led to nowhere that was heat loss and allowed water to come in. There's no running water either in this unit, so that was a big factor. So the landlord was willing to run water in, tear up the floor, bring water in, frame in a bathroom, slop sink, toilet, etc., hot water heater, full refurbishment of the unit. Basically fix the holes in the wall, paint the walls, paint the ceiling, 220 power, basically everything. Fix the floor, epoxy the floor, and I said, let's just do it. Let's just do it. I know this shop isn't that grand for a lot of people. A lot of people have moved into humongous shops, and they're doing great things, and this is modest, starting at the ground. Like I said, I've worked on all my stuff in my dad's shop all these years, so I haven't invested in major shop tooling. So now I've been spending lots of money on equipment and tooling for this shop. But it's the beginning, so I'm super excited. Got the keys to the place last night, and I'll show you guys the unit. Okay, so you're gonna have to excuse the echo in here since there's absolutely nothing in here. But super excited. I mean, this place looks a billion times better than it did when Jeff first moved out of here. Yeah, there's still, I mean, you can still see some pitting in the floor. The salt that had been in here and exposed to the concrete had just eaten the floor away really, really badly. But they brought a concrete grinder, like a scorer in here to try to get the floor back to like a pretty uniform, consistent surface before they epoxied it. And so it's a far cry better than it was, that's for sure. Even though the unit is more money because of its location, it's right on the main road out of town. Not having a lot of commercial industrial space available in the area, a unit like this, they get decent money for, unfortunately. So regardless, I'm ready to hit the ground running. I'm super ambitious about this. I'm not going to be working on anyone else's cars. It's basically a space for me to do all of the work I've been doing out of my dad's shop, but more frequently with the intention of selling some of my projects. So that's basically the overall gist of Ludwick's Garage. Aside from a brand in itself, it's basically an outlet for me to start building my own cars and selling them. Possibly even do some giveaway cars. So I've talked about the Nissan Q45, that might be one of the first giveaway cars for Ludwick's Garage and the Governor's Club. So we'll see how that goes. So the original plan was to get the lift as far in as possible so I could drive a car in to the left side of the lift and not have to bring a car in and put it on go jacks or casters and slide it over. For how small the space is, I really wanted to utilize it to be able to get a car in and out by driving it. So I could like store something that could easily be brought in and out, but also have a project on the lift and be able to pull something straight in underneath whatever's on the lift. Like I said, there was a garage door here, and it goes to nothing outside. There's a leach field in the septic tank right there. Really, it was just an eyesore. First of all, it wasn't really that usable, and there was heat loss, and there was even water coming in under it. So that being said, I wanted the lift far enough in to where there was still enough room for a car or truck or something long on the lift. I wasn't too concerned about having a toolbox in front, so the key point was to be able to get it as far forward as possible so I could get a car in around the post. So last night my dad helped me bring over some of my tools. Got a new toolbox, nothing crazy. So I bought basically everything budget. This is some of the stuff. Got a toolbox in here now: bench grinder, belt sander, vise, pneumatic tools, electric tools, extra lighting, a floor jack, soap dispenser, cordless implements, impacts, just a bunch of the basic stuff that I'm gonna need to get going right off the bat here. So I'm gonna get some of this stuff kind of tucked away to the side, and the plan for today is to bring at least the 700 over. Since I'm bringing that to Riverside next month, there's a lot of work I want to do to that car and maintenance in order to get that ready to cruise around the Chattanooga area. So I've had the van running. It's a mega cold day today. We got like an ice storm yesterday. I just flew in from Florida from Eurotripper one day ago, and yesterday was snowfall to warm weather to sleet and rain and just like a disaster of a storm, and then the temps dropped like significantly overnight, so now everything's a block of ice. So getting a 700 loaded up, I'm gonna use my dad's trailer since the Century's in my enclosed trailer. Get that over here and get tinkering on that. Well, here she is, sitting in the back room of my father's garage. Hasn't run since November. It stayed aired up. Gonna get the battery hooked back up and see if she starts. It's not heated in this back part of the garage, so it's pretty cold. See if she starts. Let's see. All right, got her all loaded up. This is the first time I've towed with the van, so it's obviously not my 24-foot enclosed trailer, and it's not the Century, but tiny little car on a steel open trailer. We'll see how she goes. It's only a few miles away, but first time towing with the van. Well, the 700's in here. I think I'm going to bring the Corvair over tomorrow. But yeah, the 700 is super easy to put anywhere in here because it is so small. So I've got a few ideas of where I could possibly fit it sideways and fit the Corvair and the 700 on that side of the shop. So that's ideal. So it's later this evening now. I finished bringing a bunch of stuff over to the shop and not unboxing everything tonight, but just kind of laying some stuff out. I'll be back over here tomorrow, unboxing a lot of stuff and trying to lay some of the tooling out, but also cleaning stuff up. Like I mentioned before, everything's covered in dust. I didn't really clean too much stuff up. So yeah, just back here for the evening, just finishing one last load, bringing stuff over. And yeah, well, that'll do it for this episode. Just a quick episode to show you guys the new shop space. Originally, we were supposed to be in this shop at the beginning of the year. And then when we decided to do the full refurbishment, the next plan was to be in for February 1st. But as I'm recording this, it's the 17th. So we're already more than halfway through February. So I was really chomping at the bit to get in here. The landlord's guys did a great job, but they were moving like molasses. But super excited to start working in here and getting lots more content up on the YouTube. Well, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like and comment on the video. Let me know what you guys think of the shop space, what you guys think of the 700. Lots of new ideas coming. I'm really excited about the future. We will see you guys in the next episode, probably bringing more of the cars over, the Corvair, maybe the Century. Lots to prep on the 700 for Riverside. But until next time, thank you guys.